Welcome to your favorite sports drama podcast, The Double Dose, the drama of sports. I'm Nathan, and every week, my co-host and girlfriend Rachel and I discuss all things in the sports drama universe.
Sprinkled in with pop culture, we cover topics from Bravo to Brady and everything in between. So keep listening to find out more. Cheers!
Welcome to your favorite sports drama podcast, The Double Dose. Miss Rachel's already laughing. This is episode 56. It's the Lawrence Taylor episode. Miss Rachel Rooney, how have you been? How's the last week been?
Oh, it's just been fabulous. I have to say that all of the episode numbers, I usually never know who they are. I don't know who's Lawrence Taylor.
Lawrence Taylor is probably one of the best linebackers or defensive ends. And he was an edge rusher, half defensive end, half outside linebacker. Played for the New York Giants back in the 90s.
Oh, okay.
Absolute menace to society. He battled a coke addiction during his playing days, but he still dominated. So
Wow. I mean, unbelievable. But I am, I'm proud of Lawrence Taylor too. That's what I have to say. Thank you for battling your coke addiction and making out of it, live to tell the tale.
Yeah, he lived.
Live to tell the tale. And I'm doing so great. This past weekend, my best friend Victoria got engaged. Another engagement. Bestie.
They don't end.
They don't end. They literally don't end. Vicky Baggs with the Hot Hands retirement tour has begun until the wedding. I am so unbelievably happy for them. And yes, you have something to say already? I'm so unbelievably happy for them. I couldn't even believe it. She was crying. I was crying. We're all crying. It was just the best. And then we finished the night. She said the last thing she remembered was chugging a bottle of wine, I think at the end of the night, perhaps 2 a.m. We were all trying to finish a bottle of wine. She said that's the last thing that she remembers. Not much happened after that. A lot happened before, but it was just absolute madness. So much fun. I mean, both of their families, there are no interesting cats and all sick puppies. There are
for
all
sure.
sick puppies. Like, it is a breeding ground over at the Bagley Young households. So unbelievable town. Congratulations to Ryan and Victoria. I'm over the moon.
I am too. It was a great time. It was just a great time. I was going to say something, but then it would sound like I'm putting other people on the bus, but we're not because everybody's families are great. It was awesome. It was amazing. Everyone was a sick puppy. I loved everyone. I felt it was the first time I met a lot of those people, and
It all adds up.
It all adds up. But the thing I was going to interject because I was going to ask, can we keep on calling her Vicky Baggs once they get married, or do we actually have to retire that?
Oh, I don't know. I'm sure we could always call her Vicky Baggs.
Right.
Why? Why would you want to call her Vicky Youngs? Vicky Hughes?
I don't know.
We don't know. You never know. Maybe
I just like Vicky Baggs is such a strong name.
I know. Maybe once they cross the threshold of marriage, they'll be able to. Something will come to us. Maybe.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there, I guess.
Exactly.
But it was probably. I guess I can't. It was awesome. It was.
And on the way there,
yes.
we had a little weekend. We were like, okay. We stopped at Frank Pepe, the original pizzeria that you've always been wanting to try because Dave Portnoy of Barstool One Bite Pizza Man tried it. And you were like, I've always wanted to go. It's in New Haven. We stopped along the way. And you said it was the second best pizza you've ever had in your life.
Yes.
You gave it a 9.6.
9.6.
Yeah, 9.6.
So it was the second best pizza I've ever had in my life. It was amazing. Not only because Portnoy went there, but because a lot of my friends that went to Endicott, they're from Connecticut.
Yeah.
And they also believe, just like Portnoy says, that Connecticut has the best pizza. So I wanted to put that to the test. It's on the same street of the place that he has ranked number 1 of all time, Sally's. But for some reason, I've just always wanted to try Frank Pepe's. So that's where we went. It was tremendous. I got a half cheese, half pepperoni, peppers, and onions. Awesome. I cannot wait to go back again. But I think that if we do go back to that street, and we may have to try Sally's too.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
I do.
So we drive through at New Haven a lot. I think that we realized it's very close to the highway. So I think
it's literally 5 minutes off the highway.
Right. So I think it's something that we can add into our drives to and from Boston.
I'm so down. If we're not leaving at 5 o'clock or like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
You know, because they're not even open. They wouldn't even be open for breakfast.
Right.
A little pizza burrito breakfast roll or whatever.
Right. Exactly.
So
the reason why I kept on stopping myself from talking, about the engagement party.
Yeah, go ahead, say it. Say what's on your
One of
mind.
my favorite engagement parties.
3 times.
It's one of my favorite engagement parties I've ever been to because they had it at a Portuguese club. So I felt at home. Everywhere I looked was Portuguese this, Portugal that. It was amazing. I had a guy downstairs crying to me.
Yeah, it was just wherever we went. It was just all the Portuguese men all the time.
Always.
Yeah, that's how it is.
We stick together.
Yeah, you guys stick together. But other than that, how was the rest of your weekend? We spent it together. Do you wanna talk about what we obviously very much need to address right now?
What?
Yeah, go ahead. Stare down at it. Stare down at those gorgeous white, blue, and silver letters. You know, some gray action there as I'm wearing because, as everyone knows, the Dallas Cowboys completely demolished the New England Patriots, and I was right. And I won the bet, and you had to wear some Dallas Cowboys merch on the pod. And I don't think you've ever looked better. I mean, completely unbelievable. You look fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Chef's kiss. I mean, you've never looked better in your life. And you're the one who even made the bet. So if you didn't even want to wear it, then you shouldn't have said it. I said to you from the jump, I said I'll order it on Amazon right now. I of course didn't. I went to a thrift store and I got that. And honestly, beautiful piece of merchandise. I'm gonna keep in my closet because gorge. But you lost.
I lost. I have a couple comments to address with you.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Number one, I think the fact that you got this from a thrift store today.
Yeah. We washed it.
We washed it. I made her wash it. That was my one request. But I think the fact that you didn't order it as soon as we finished recording last week, or at least some point last week, order something to be shipped to the house that's probably brand new. Number one, slap in the face to me. Number two, I think that's a reflection of the confidence that you had in your team.
It wasn't the reflection of the confidence I had in my team. It was that all of the merch that I saw online is actual trash. I hate it all. Like, I don't like any, like...
Well, it's because it's Cowboys gear.
No, it's all football merch. I feel like they need a revamp. Like, I feel like obviously with our Drama of Sports Club hats that will be available soon, but China's on a week holiday this week. They mess it up, and I need to step in, I think, and start making some cute football merch because it's not good out there. It's not good. They look all exactly the same. Like, it's not cute. I'm like, what's going on here? So I like it. Like, this is like more of like a vintage feel, and I'm obsessed.
Well, it's all yours.
Yeah.
I'm just borrowing it for an hour.
Yeah, exactly. So, and it's not that I didn't have any confidence. I mean, I told you that they were going to smoke the Patriots too, but you were like, no. And then I was like, I don't like any of these. So I'm just going to, lo and behold, go grab one. And that's exactly what I did. Once I had the time, I went to grab one today. So, sorry,
nice.
What was your 2 other points that you wanted to make?
No, that's it. But there is no 2 ways about it. My other point. Sorry, my brain's mush today. My other point was that you didn't even wear Cowboys gear when we were watching the game.
Because I was hungover and half asleep. Okay. That's it. That's the message I'm sending.
I did think it was pretty funny. Like, I had this whole elaborate plan in my head how we were gonna like put stories up on Instagram or like do some sort of like tracking throughout the game about how the game's going.
Yeah, you didn't even want to.
Well, we were both hungover and both exhausted. We woke up literally 5 minutes before the game started.
I know. We woke up 5 minutes before the game started. We watched the game. We went right back to sleep.
Literally.
We were literally like, all right. I'm surprised you even stayed up for one of it because honestly, to me, it was a complete snooze fest.
It was bad. It was really, really bad.
Yeah.
And I am incredibly, incredibly angry.
Yeah. Let's talk about it.
You want to talk about it?
Obviously.
So... where do I begin? I think it all has to start and end with Bill Belichick. So since all that drama happened with Tom Brady a few years ago,
the Brady
Belichick
leaving?
drama.
Okay.
I've had Belichick's back because to me he's the guy that makes the decisions, and he's widely considered as the greatest, if not one of the greatest coaches of all time. And I think that he's in winning 6 Super Bowls as a head coach and general manager for the Patriots. I think that he earned that right to have gain our trust.
Okay.
By us, I mean the fans and the Patriots as a whole. However, seeing where everything has gone since leading up to Brady leaving and since he's left, Belichick needs to be fired. And I'm not just saying that to for the podcast. I think I said it to you 1,000 times yesterday. He got out-coached. The roster stinks. He has no plan B. The offense still blows the play calling, even with Bill O'Brien. He has to get fired. This is all the Patriots that are on the field right now, the team. They're all a product of his decisions. So why isn't he not held accountable? I said this a couple of weeks ago when I complained about him in my double D's threes. I'm so sick of him not fucking answering questions. He was the last person. He sent 5 players up to the podium yesterday, made sure he showered, changed, looked all presentable for him to get up last, and he didn't answer a freaking question. I'm sick of it.
The coaches shower after the game? I thought only the players did.
The coaches, I'm sure they shower after the game because it's tense. They're sweating. They're walking up and down the sideline.
Wait, that's so funny. I never knew that. Okay.
It's just, to me.
Not to interject on your very emotional soliloquy here.
To me, it's the 3rd year in a row that they're starting off 1-3.
This is what I'm going to say to you. Doesn't it tell a telltale sign, or whatever it's called, that once Brady left, didn't he go and win a Super Bowl with the Bucs?
Yes, immediately.
First year. What has Bill Belichick done?
Nothing. He's done nothing but lose. He's 0-12.
That's what I'm saying.
He's 0-12 since Brady has left against teams that have scored more than 24 points. Why? Because the Patriots can't score. Because when Brady was the quarterback, they always kind of had a subpar offensive line, and they rarely had weapons. There are years where he had good receivers, and he had Gronk, but for the most part, the Patriots have never invested in big time weapons for their quarterback to use.
Okay.
And nor did they give him much of an offensive line ever. So you can't do that anymore when he's not your quarterback. You were able to do that only and still win because you had Tom Brady as your fucking quarterback. You can't do that anymore.
Right.
You have Mac Jones.
Right. Preach.
So, yeah, I'm fucking pissed, and I want him gone because this is the 4th season without him. Right. And we get worse every single year.
So who do you think?
I don't care. Anyone but him. And I don't want.
All right, guys, I'm going in as.
And I
honestly think that I may be able to do a better job as the Patriots.
Me too.
You, as in you too, or as in I would do a better job?
I think I could do a better job as a Patriots head coach than Bill Belichick.
Do you think I would do a better job than you?
No.
Could I be your assistant coach at least? Sheesh.
You can be the director of morale.
Put me on the roster.
You can be the director of morale.
Well, clearly morale's not too high here, so I'm doing a very poor job.
It's just so aggravating that we have to watch this team over and over and over again with the same freaking issues.
Isn't this like how a lot of teams feel, though? Because a lot of teams are kind of faced with this? Or no? Yes.
As a Patriots fan, I've been incredibly spoiled in my life. Yes.
Yeah.
I've seen them win more Super Bowls than people have seen their team make playoff appearances. That's not the point. The point is I don't care about that right now. All I care about is what the team looks like this year, and it's embarrassing. It's been a complete embarrassment since Brady left, and I'm done defending them. I am so done defending them. Like I sound like a moron. Like we're lucky we beat the Jets last week.
True. True.
It's the only one that we have. Like, what else is there to say?
There's not.
Belichick's. I'll tell you one thing. Mac Jones, he looked horrible yesterday, but I still don't think he's the problem. That's the sad part. Like, people are saying tank for the rest of the season to get a high draft pick and draft Caleb Williams. I'll tell you what, if you draft Caleb Williams, you still have Bill Belichick as your coach and making the rest of your draft picks and personnel decisions, he's still going to have shitty weapons, and he's still not going to have an offensive line. There's still going to be trotting freaking Trent Brown out there who's trash.
Well, you heard it here first. Fire Bill Belichick.
Fire him. And I'm not coming off unless they make the playoffs this year. Patriots. And they're not going to. I'm not saying that. I'm saying
like,
unless that happens, I'm not changing my tune on that.
Okay, and that's okay. Fire Bill Belichick.
Sick of him.
Okay.
So fucking sick of him.
Well, maybe we'll make you some soup to feel better, or maybe we'll just give you some tea to have this piping hot drama. Are you ready to get into our next game, or you still want to chat a little bit more about your Patriots?
In the 27 hours that we've had since the game, I felt like I had a lot more to say, but I think I summed it up pretty well. I think that in life, in work, I think I've been trying to work on keeping my opinions and my statements concise and clear.
Oh yeah.
And I don't think there's much point in going to anything else with this Patriots game or the Patriots as a whole, because I think I made my point. Bill Belichick needs to be gone. And if he's not gone, they need to get someone else to make certain decisions, and or have someone. Kraft needs to talk to him and actually have him answer questions.
Right.
Like before we came on, I was scrolling on Twitter and I saw him
He's just
on
so
on his weekly radio show spot that he does with WEEI in Boston, and they asked him like, what's your opinion on like why the the current state of the team is 1-3? Like what do you think is the issue basically?
Okay, what'd he say?
And he said his only focus is basically that he has to do what's best for the team, and that's. And
I've never heard of like this is such a guy thing. I feel like I've never he just talks in circles.
He does.
He literally just talks in circles. Like he doesn't answer any question and just avoids it all.
How about yesterday in his press conference? Somebody asked him, "Hey, what's the point of taking Mac Jones out of the game? Was it performance based because you wanted to bench him?" He goes, "No, I just didn't see the point in having him in for the rest of the game." And the person asked a follow-up question, "But why? Was it performance based?" And he goes, "No, I just told you that it was because I didn't see the point of the rest of the game." So the guy asked him, "Is he going to start next week?" And he goes, "Once again, I didn't see the point." And so once again, the guy follows up and says, "Well then, why did you keep the other starters and other big players in the game?"
Yeah.
In which for example, they kept Judon in there, and Judon ends up tearing his bicep, and now he's going to be out for a long time, if not the entire season. So answer that for me, Bill. Why?
Yeah, it seems like Bill Belly is not too happy, and
none of it makes sense.
I even asked Marissa, because her boyfriend's a Patriots fan, and I asked like, "Oh, how does he feel?" And she said, "Not too good." She said, "Not too good." The only time he was happy was when they beat the Jets last week, which is not too big of an accomplishment, I would say.
No, but if you're ready to move on, I think that's a perfect segue, because I think it looked like a larger accomplishment because the Jets almost took down the defending Super Bowl champions on primetime.
The Kansas City Chiefs, the Jets versus the Chiefs, otherwise known as the Aaron Rodgers versus the Taylor Swifts, is what I would say, right?
This is getting so carried away. I don't know if it's my anger from the Patriots.
Do you think that the Jets put Aaron Rodgers in because Taylor Swift was going to be at the Chiefs game, or what?
No, I think that was Aaron Rodgers' decision.
Oh, okay. Well, Aaron Rodgers did surprise the team in his attendance.
Yes.
No one knew that he was going to be there, which I think amped them up a little bit.
Yeah.
Got the juices flowing, got that Hard Knocks mentality back. And the Jets, they were playing their little heart out yesterday, and I loved it.
Yeah.
I thought they were doing well, and I want them to do well, because it just, it sucks that Aaron Rodgers got out and everything. So it's I want them to at least be, a little bit better than how they are, because, they're pretty bad. But other than that, Taylor Swift was there. But Taylor Swift was seen the day before at Emilio's Ballato, I think that's how you say it, is this Italian restaurant in Soho with Brittany Mahomes, Sophie Turner, I don't know if Blake Lively was in attendance to Emilio's, was she? Okay, so then Blake Lively, they all got dinner together before the game, and then obviously popped on over to the Chiefs game. They were on the box together. Taylor Swift was hugging Travis Kelce's mom. So it just seemed like they were all happy. And everyone was lip reading her, saying, she was like, look at him, go look at him. But I will say, with the way that the Chiefs were playing yesterday, because the Jets are so bad, it looks like they're all very distracted, I would say. And I don't know if Taylor Swift is distracting them or what's the dealio. What do you think? Do you think that she's distracting them? Because I kind of do.
I think she's a giant distraction, yes. I think she's a giant distraction. Just to take a step back, Aaron Rodgers surprised the team the night before in their team meeting, and that's when he surprised the team, and then he obviously was in attendance for the game itself.
Yeah.
And I think that did have a big impact on the game. But to your question, yes, I think Taylor Swift is a giant distraction to the team.
To the team and the NFL. I mean, literally nobody.
They changed their banner on Twitter to be her.
That's unbelievable.
Look at this. They changed their banner on Twitter.
The Chiefs or the NFL?
The NFL.
I don't know what.
It's becoming too much.
I feel like all of the Swifties that are, oh my God, that is hysterical. I feel like all of the Swifties that are in NFL or whatever are just like, they're like, we gotta go into it, but like they have to. Like I'm sure like there are 1,000 Kansas City Chiefs fans now. Like, I mean, thousands and thousands and thousands, like, because of her, you know? So it's like they're gonna lean into it, of course. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I did a TikTok the day after we recorded, talking about the Swiftie effect, and that has only accelerated since then.
Yeah.
And
because those girls, Swiftie girls, are loyal. I mean, they are ride or fucking die for Taylor Swift.
Right.
Like they are like they're going out for blood. So it's like and people literally, like, girls went to the game just to see her. Like, just to see her, not even to watch the game, which is hysterical. But hey, they're selling seats. At least they're selling seats, right?
Right. I think this is great. This is what our podcast is all about, right? Like relationships and me getting you into sports through stuff like this, right? So it's right up our alley. I shouldn't be complaining about it at all. I'm not complaining about it at all, but I've caught on. This is all a shtick.
It's a shtick, you think?
It's all made up. It's all made up. It's all made up.
You're just in a bad mood over there.
Hear me out.
I think that you need to take your Patriots losing energy and bring it up. Bring it up a little bit. You know, remember last week I was like, the energy in the room needs to be shifted. Positive. We're bringing, the best sports drama tea on episode 56 here.
We are, and I'm very thankful for this tea, but I'm just making it known.
Yeah, go ahead,
to the masses.
Yeah, let them know
that I'm onto them, and I know I know how all this is gonna play out.
Get your monocle out.
So, number one, what does she have to promote right now?
Her movie
and her world tour, right?
Yeah.
She has to finish out a world tour.
Yeah. I don't think she really needs much trouble promoting it. That's what's like weird. Like, she doesn't need any press.
No,
she doesn't need any.
But do you know what demographic the NFL has been trying to target a bunch for the past 20 years?
Oh, I'm sure. Like
women.
Girls like that, yeah.
Women between the ages of 18 and 45.
Yeah, so.
Do you know the week that they've had the most views ever or connected with that demographic the most ever?
Was when Taylor Swift stepped in.
Right. So there you go. The New Heights podcast has immediately become the number one podcast in the world. A day after it was released.
Above Joe Rogan?
Yes. A day after it was released, it had 2.1 million views.
That's crazy.
Within 24 hours being released.
That's crazy.
That's wild. Okay? So there's a lot to gain for the Kelceys. Mrs. Kelce, Travis's mom, was earlier in the day was at Jason's game in Philadelphia, sitting next to Jake from State Farm, who was in costume.
What?
Yes.
Well, then how else would anyone know who he was if he wasn't in costume?
Well, it's a whole marketing it's a whole marketing thing.
Okay, so
and then she bombs it up to New York for the night game to watch Travis. So
with T-Swizzle.
So there's too much, and like The NFL, she's bigger than the NFL, like we mentioned last week. She's bigger, literally bigger than NFL, more popular than NFL.
Right.
They could use every bit of her, like steal every bit of her popularity as possible.
Every bit of juice she's got.
So I don't think that this relationship is legitimate. I think that it's just for marketing. I hope they drag it on for as long as possible because we need to capitalize on it as much as possible. But I'm on to them.
You're on to them, but you're not the only one that's also a little bit like maybe are you a little upset because you think it's like they're together or whatever? Like
I'm not upset. No. Well, who am I? I'm not upset about it.
Well, someone is.
Who?
Travis Kelce's ex, Kayla Nicole, as she's unfollowed her very close friend Brittany Mahomes and Patrick Mahomes. Okay, so they were very close. They would always hang out. They would go out together, whatever, you know. But now here she is unfollowing them after being seen with Taylor. What do you think? What do you think about that? It's also one of those things that I feel like on the real, Taylor Swift does not want to hang out with Brittany fucking Mahomes, okay? That girl sucks. And it's like one of those things that's like you can't control who like your man's friend's dating, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, sometimes when you meet someone, you're like, how the fuck are they dating them? You know what I mean? Like they are the worst. Like, oh my God, they're the worst. But like here Patrick is together with Brittany, who's the worst. Like I think Taylor's just putting on a happy face because she's Taylor Swift and she's always positive. But it's like, I think that she's putting on a happy face. Like, I don't think that, I mean, maybe she really does like Brittany, but like to me, Brittany sucks. So it's like, I couldn't imagine she's very happy about it. So that's why probably the next time came around, she's like, I don't want to hang out with you. I'm bringing my friend Blake along with us because, you know, it's Blake Lively. That's what I think.
Yeah, I think
so. Sophie came around and hung out with them, obviously, because of all the stuff that's going on with Joe Jonas.
Right.
Like Sophie Turner and Joe Jonas are getting the divorce, and Sophie's staying at Taylor's apartment in New York during this whole time.
Who knew?
So that's why I think that they're together, which obviously makes sense. And Taylor's just out here supporting her BFF, which is unbelievable that she gave her apartment.
Rented her?
Yeah, I'm sure she didn't rent her apartment to her, but that's why I think that she probably phoned a friend in. She was like, I can't do this Brittany girl alone. Blake, come out. That's what I think.
You don't think it's just because it was in New York?
Yeah, but why would Blake Lively be in New York?
I don't know.
I don't think Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds live in New York. I think they live out in California. So it's like, she's like, come on out and bring your man too, because I can't even stand talking to Brittany Mahomes. That's my conspiracy theory, okay? My conspiracy theory is she does not like Brittany Mahomes. And that's why she brought Blake.
What was the point that you brought up before that I can't remember, before you went on that? You asked me a question and then you said how she doesn't like Brittany Mahomes. Oh, it was about the ex-girlfriend.
Yes, Kayla Nicole.
So
Travis Kelce's ex.
So he's had 2 exes come out. This is the most recent one. She needs to shut the fuck up. Excuse my language. My mom told me to stop swearing. She needs to shut up, this woman.
Kayla Nicole?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because she's already tried to go after Travis Kelce before, since their breakup, saying that he's cheap, that he wouldn't pay for anything, that he wanted to split everything. And he said in his podcast, like when all that came out, that no, she's just a disgruntled ex. Like, I wish her nothing but the best. So she's just trying to cause waves here. Like, and also, who is tracking that? Who's watching her followers? Like, who she was following that closely?
Everybody.
Really?
I mean, all these Swiftie girls are probably like Travis's ex. Like, they're going to follow it. You know what I mean? Why wouldn't they? They'd be on top of it.
I guess so. But I just wouldn't put any... These exes, they just want attention. There was another ex that came out...
Yeah, but she also might be hurt. Like, maybe her and Brittany got along. Maybe they both sucked. You know what I mean? Maybe her and Brittany got along. Maybe her, Brittany, and Patrick got along. Like, now she's like, damn, now you're hanging out with Travis's new boo?
So do you think she would have done that if Travis was dating anyone other than the biggest global icon in the world?
If Brittany was out hanging out with her? I don't know. Maybe.
So they can just... Brittany Mahomes and Patrick Mahomes can never go on a double date with Travis Kelce and whoever he's dating ever again because this woman wants to complain about it?
I'm not saying that. I mean, obviously, I think it's like probably like the Taylor Swift of all like getting photographed together and like I'm sure that hurts her though.
Maybe. I'm sure it does.
But listen, like unfollow your ex-man's friends too. Like unfollow them all.
Right.
Just run down the list. Ding, 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 ding. Unfollow. That's all you have to do. But I do wish, Taylor Swift, nothing but the best with her in this illegitimate relationship. What?
It is illegitimate.
What?
I am also, but to your question, I'm not crazy about Brittany Mahomes either. I think she's very, very annoying. So I don't think that Taylor. I don't know.
I do have something to say. Obviously, there's an after party after the games. So Taylor Swift went to Zero Bond after the game. Fine, but the week or whatever before, they were out partying. Travis Kelce was out partying after the game. You can go out after the games. First of all, aren't you tired? Second of all, I thought you weren't allowed to. I thought you had to be in bed by 10 p.m. or whatever.
That's the day before the game. After the game, yeah, you can go out and party that night.
Oh, you can?
Of course.
I just think it's crazy.
That's usually when U.S. NFL players they go out on Sunday nights after the game.
Damn. Then they're partying with themselves. Who's going on a Sunday night?
Because typically, if they win, their coaches will give them Monday off.
Oh, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool.
But I'm sure Travis had to travel back with the team last night, so he was definitely not at Zero Bond.
I don't think he was there. I think
that's another reason as to why I think this relationship is illegitimate. Is Taylor there for him, or is she there for the limelight and the party?
Well, she's there to party. Why not? What do you mean she's there for him? He had to fly back. We move on. All you're doing is bringing all the negative juice to this. And
wait,
what?
There's the other quarterback, Zach Wilson, in this game.
I'm not even talking about the game.
Right? Were you impressed with his performance? He almost won the game for the Jets. He played very well. He outperformed Patrick Mahomes. Do you think he showed some life and gave the Jets fans some hope going into Week 5?
I think he played well.
Or do you think he caught lightning? Do you think it's something that he can sustain, or something that he just caught lightning in a bottle?
You know what? And that's why, because I was almost gonna pick them for my picks later on, but I was thinking, I don't know, if they're actually really good, so I have to watch again. I have to wait for next week to fully make my decision on whether or not he gained his confidence, or maybe it's Aaron Rodgers being in the building. Maybe it's his mentor being there. Maybe that's the confidence he needs, is to have someone there supporting him. I'm on your side.
Right.
Maybe Aaron Rodgers has said to him, I'm here for you, buddy.
Right. And I think there's a lot to be said for the amount of pressure that this man was facing. Everybody screaming from the rooftops after the loss of the Patriots last week, saying that the Jets just needed to get rid of him, that they needed to put anyone in at quarterback other than him.
Yeah.
And he just responded by having the best game of his career and almost taking down the defending Super Bowl champions. I think that's huge, a huge accomplishment. I think that he should be proud, even though he took the blame for the loss in that fumble in the fourth quarter. But I think, honestly, good for him. Good for him.
Good for him, and we hope that you get better. But moving on to our next story, the Toy Story. ESPN debuted their Toy Story themed broadcast, a fully animated copy of the real game that took place in Andy's room. The entirety of the broadcast, including the announcers, graphic, and scoreboard, were on theme, with character from the movie series appearing throughout, and it was phenomenal. We weren't able to watch it, obviously, because we were sleeping, but I watched some highlights of it, and it was just chef's kiss. It was unbelievable. I thought it was so cute that they're trying to at least make it fun for maybe little kids, or just people like us that at least me, make maybe the football game a little more interesting. Here we are watching these animated characters in real time, and I was obsessed. When I'm watching, I'm this is even better than I thought. The Slinky dog you said was it
was the first down markers.
They had the parachute guys flying in with all the signs. This is interception. I mean, it was so freaking cool. It's so cool that people can even
it's fascinating.
Yes, that people can animate stuff like that.
The most fascinating part to me was how realistic it wasn't realistic because they were all animated, but how close the movements of the animated people were to what actually happened in the game. I saw a bunch of Instagrams of specific plays, and it had
side by side,
and
sick.
It was It was awesome.
It was so cool. Like literally, like even like the football when it like fly, it would like come out with like cartoon stuff. It was honestly so cool. 10 out of 10. And what an unbelievable idea. Like what a smart ass idea. Like that is so cool. Like the people that animate things, like we watched Monsters Inc. Last week. And I was like, wow, this is such an amazing idea. Like whoever even thought of Monsters Inc., like it's so cute. But these people that make animations, like they are just living in a different world than us. They are on a different level than us. And they're better than us, I think, because they're just living life in like the cutest little worlds ever. Like they're just making everyone happy, jumping for joy.
They are. And it was truly impressive. I can't wait till they do this again. Because I'm going to tune in. I'm going to tune in, and I'm not going to miss a second of it. Can you think of a better way to get kids involved? If we had like anyone who has kids, like have them sit on the couch and watch a game with you.
I know, it's so cute. Like they're so little. Like there they are, and they're like watching all the animated characters, like playing a real football game.
Yeah,
watching football
with announcers and everything.
I love it. It was
amazing.
I love it. But I see on our paper here on our sheet. A big announcement for your boy Brady.
Yeah, the weekly Brady dating watch continues.
Yes.
And I'm only going to continue to follow him and love him more because, as I mentioned earlier in this podcast, I have been wrong since he left.
So are you a Brady stan now?
I've always been a Brady stan.
No, but you weren't. You were like...
I took Belichick's side in the breakup.
And now how do you feel? In the breakup. And how do you feel now? Post-breakup.
Stupid.
Wow.
I've been wrong for the past 4 or 5 years.
And that's why you're wearing my shirt too.
Yeah, exactly.
So
if none of that happened, I wouldn't have to be wearing this.
So we're on the weekly Brady
dating watch. So we gave an update on Brady and Miss Kim Kardashian last week.
Yes, because Kim Kardashian was dating Odell.
Supposedly. However, Brady and Kim, people saw them getting a little close at Jay-Z's VIP blackjack party in Atlantic City.
That's sick.
Can you imagine?
Atlantic City. What a gross place.
That's what I was thinking too.
Like, I couldn't imagine Kim Kardashian rolling up to Atlantic City. Where did she stay?
Definitely in some penthouse, or they probably just like took like a helicopter like over to the Hamptons after, or maybe New York City.
Yeah, I'm sure. Ooh, who would want to stay in Atlantic City?
I don't know. I would.
We would. We're not them. You know what I mean? Maybe there's like a penthouse like up in there that's like just for, because there's so many celebrities though. Like who would get it? Who would get the penthouse? You know?
That's a good point. If it was a big party, they had to run out of penthouses at some point.
Exactly.
But I'm sure all those resorts have.
Yeah, like I'm sure like a baller ass.
Think about it, because they host like DJs and stuff at their clubs.
So true. Yeah, so but DJs are different than Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, but I'm sure they put them up nice.
Yeah, maybe.
But they were seen together, getting close. So maybe they were rekindling their little flirtatious thing that they had going on. I would like to know if they left together.
Yeah, I mean, you never know.
Did
maybe
they
went up to the suite. Maybe they went up to the penthouse suite together.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Maybe. What do you think about all this? Do you think?
I think they're probably just flirting along. They were at the same party. I think Brady's going to be seen with Irina again next week.
Probably.
Yeah, and Kim's going to be out with Odell.
If not, Irina's probably going to be seated with Bradley Cooper again.
Exactly. Yeah, Irina's going to be with Brady this week. Oh my gosh, Irina's going to be with Bradley this week, while Brady's with Kim, and then it's going to be Uno reverse card next week, where Brady's going to be back with Irina and Kim's going to be back with Odell.
Gotcha. No, yeah, it's very interesting. If you were Brady, so we did a marry, F word kill, for men. We did Travis Kelce, Tom Brady, Bradley Cooper.
Yeah.
Let's do one for women.
Okay, let's go.
Taylor Swift.
Okay.
Irina.
Okay.
Kim.
Okay, I'm saying marry Taylor Swift because she's giving you longevity. I'm saying we're effing Kim because I need to know. And then killing Irina. What about you?
Wow. That's tougher than I think. Because,
are you for real? That's the easiest one we've done.
No, I think you marry Irina.
What?
I think you have a good night with Kim.
You marry Irina for what? So she could divorce you and then be hooking up with you and another guy half the fucking time?
They're all three of these women have gone through guys like nothing else.
Wait, why would you marry Irina and not Taylor?
Because we always talk. We're not Taylor Swift fans. We're not Taylor she's.
And we're Irina fans. I'm more of a Taylor Swift fan than I am Irina.
I've been an Irina fan since she was with Cristiano Ronaldo back in the day.
Oh, I'm Giselle over Irina.
I'm Irina over
Giselle. I'm Giselle over Irina.
Oh, I'm Irina over
and
Giselle.
I'm Taylor over Irina. Irina's like gross to me. I mean, she's not gross. She's fucking gorgeous and like perfect. And I would want to be her. But like in terms of, you know, my gross like sense, like she's gone.
Okay.
So
agree to disagree.
Interesting. So then you would kill Taylor Swift?
Yeah. I don't think we'd be very compatible.
Why, you don't like blondes? Just kidding. But anyway, we've only gone into 4 topics. We've gone 40 minutes in. This is insane.
Yeah, that's my bad.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a tangent, but that's okay. You know, you had.
No, what's crazy? I felt like 30 seconds.
Definitely. It didn't feel like that for me. Okay, it definitely did not feel like 30 seconds for me. I was like, okay, land the plane. No, but it's okay. I understand.
I need to let it off my chest.
You did. That was pent up for a couple years, I think. Pent up that we all released here.
It stinks being wrong. It stinks like realizing that you've been wrong after so long. But
it does. But other than that, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Well, let's get into our double D's threes of the week.
Awesome.
Would you like to present me with your double D's threes first?
Yeah, I have no idea what you're doing for your double D's threes.
Okay.
But I mentioned mine the other day because we went out to dinner Friday night to a new place called Upland, and they had amazing bread, complimentary.
Yes.
So, number one, I have to start ranking these breads. Like I have to start doing a TikTok series where I rank complimentary breads.
Smart.
But to launch that TikTok series, I'm gonna make that my double D's threes.
Oh, that's perfect.
The best restaurants with the best complimentary bread.
Okay.
Number 3, Uptown. What we had last night, you put it on your Instagram story, and I had to share it too because it was awesome. It was like a little Upland.
Yeah.
What I keep on saying?
Uptown. I'm dead.
Well, sorry, Bruno Mars stuck in my head.
No, literally, I love it. Okay, Upland, funk you up. Okay, sorry.
Upland, funk you. I have Uptown written. That's why. Upland. It was delicious. Nice loaf of white bread.
They literally give you a loaf, like a little
Not
loaf
even
of
sliced.
bread.
Not even sliced.
I uploaded to my Instagram story, and everyone was like, I've got 3 DMs. I mean, I got a couple DMs, but like 3 in particular that all it said was, "Is that bread? LOL." I'm like, yeah, it's fucking bread. Everyone needs to see it.
Right.
Sorry. Anyway, I digress.
Number 2, Outback Steakhouse.
Wait, you didn't even say that. They gave me a little loaf. They gave me a warm brioche loaf.
Brioche loaf, yeah, that you slice yourself.
Unbelievable.
It was delicious. Butter, tremendous. Number 2, Outback Steakhouse. That pumpernickel bread.
I mean, unbelievable.
You can use the butter that they give. Also, nice whipped up butter. I am a bit of a psychopath. I love to dip my Outback bread in ketchup.
Ew!
It's the best. It's the best.
Ew! I've never seen you do this, and if I did, we would probably break up. Oh my god. No way do you do that.
I do.
You love ketchup, but that's fucking
when it's
vile.
when it's well done, and it's like crunchy on the outside, you dip it in the ketchup, and like...
Ew!
It's so good.
Are you joking?
It's so good. It's so good. It's so good.
No, I mean, this is...
I also like what butter, though.
I don't know if anyone's going to be able to, like, you can't go into a series with complimentary
bread. Try it. Don't knock until you try it.
No, you can't go into a series with complimentary bread and say that you love it with ketchup, and that's your number 2.
I also love it with butter.
Oh, yeah, no disrespect to the butter. Ketchup, gross!
It's just the way I like to enjoy it.
Okay, how did you even figure that out?
One time, I was eating my cheese fries at the same time, and the bread fell into the ketchup. I was like, wow, that's amazing.
No, I'm not here for this. Okay. I know you're not supposed to yuck other people's yums, but this is...
Try it.
No.
I'm going to make you try it one day.
Okay, yeah.
Next time we go to the Outback, I'm going to make you try it.
I'll have to lose a bet to try that thing. I don't think I'm going to be losing them anytime soon because I'm on a freaking streak.
Excuse me, I have the floor.
Sorry, right.
Number 1 is Joe's Bar and Grill. I've told you about them before. Mm-hmm. We got brunch there one time on Newberry Street, and we were disappointed, but we have to go back for lunch or dinner because they do have amazing bread. And one thing I noticed now, their bread is like house bread. Like, I don't even know what to call it. It's just like a big old loaf. Like,
Okay, they give you a whole loaf.
yeah, it's like this.
I'm a little disappointed in your list right now that Carbone didn't make your list at all.
Is that bread complimentary?
Yes, and they give you that whole array of them. Or at
Polano's?
at the grill, I think. Or no, was that the grill? Where's the other place with all that bread? We're like, this is the best bread.
I don't remember.
Are you joking?
Didn't stick in my mind, so it didn't.
Wait, the Carbone one really didn't? Remember they have like the Nona bread?
I've only had that once though, and it was so long ago.
Oh my god, I feel so bad for you.
It was what, 3 years ago?
Okay, all right. So, and how many times have you had the Upland bread?
Once. Recency bias.
Yeah. Okay. It's not a recency bias.
Huh?
It's not a recency bias.
Of course, everything's on a recency bias.
Okay. So Joe's Bar and Grill. I'm sorry.
I can't trust any opinions I had for more than past this weekend.
So true. Well, what about me? Are we we're still good? Are
Thank
we
God.
still gravy?
Thank God.
Are we still good to go?
Yes.
You woke up today and you're literally like, I don't know I don't even know who I am, what's going on. I mean, here you are in a Cowboy
I still have to
shirt.
FaceTime Lucas back because Lucas FaceTimed me 3 times after
I
the
know,
game.
you guys both can't even talk to each other. That's like the problem.
Yeah.
Like you FaceTime each other, like, oh my God, we can't talk. Oh my God, because it's just, because you guys have to discuss the Patriots. But
Joe's Bar and Grill's number 1. One thing I noticed, key thing about all 3 breads on my list,
yeah.
they don't slice it for you.
Oh yeah, you love to slice it yourself. You love that DIY action.
Right, that way I can grab a big old piece.
A big old hunk. I do have to say, when I went to the Hamptons for Damina's bachelorette, I honestly completely forgot about this because I was, again, like I said last episode, I was delulu the whole time. I was completely blackout. But we went out to dinner at this place, page 36, I think it's called, or 36 Main, or 63, page 63 Main, whatever, dyslexia happens.
I'm sure everybody followed that very closely.
There was a table bread there, and I had not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, but 6 pieces of bread.
Let's go.
No, I was in on it. Me and Kevin Rennie's sister, Shannon, we were literally like, why is no one else eating this bread? This bread is phenomenal. It was so good. We were like literally looking around like, is everyone okay? Like, why are they not eating this? Like, everyone was like, yeah, the bread's okay. We were like, the bread's not just okay. This is unbelievable. So when I uploaded the picture of the loaf from Upland, she messaged me back and she was like, but it's not as good as the bread, right? And I was like, it's not. It just does not match up.
So you think that bread would...
I think that bread would beat out Upland.
That's what I'm saying.
These are the things that we need to be talking about.
Right. These are things we need to be talking about.
Why
has nobody talked about this?
I know.
That's such a big part of every dinner.
I completely agree with you.
Every single dinner.
I would say a Buenos Aires like bread situation too over on 6th Street, but they change it every time we're in there. Every time we're in there, we're getting
I love that in them.
We're getting a different type of bread.
I love that.
They make it fresh every day. Every day we're getting a new type of bread loaf.
But they let you put the chimichurri sauce in there.
Yeah, and honestly, sometimes like there's nothing as good as like when you go to like a little Italian spot and they give you like the semolina bread with like the sesame seeds on them. But sometimes it's not good. You know what I mean? Sometimes you're like, this is not the loaf I thought.
It's not fresh.
It's not fresh.
Also, when you get a chicken parm sandwich somewhere and it comes on that bread too.
Oh yeah, chef's kiss.
Yes.
I love this. Great ranking.
Thank you.
Great ranking.
Thank you.
Very smart.
Appreciate you.
So, I appreciate you. So obviously for my double these threes, okay, I last week did girl math. So this week I'm gonna do boy math. Okay, these are boy maths for me in my head.
From the outside looking in.
From the outside looking in, that we did discuss. We discussed one of them.
Right.
Not that you knew that these are my double these threes, just that we discussed this one topic.
Okay.
One is that the golf time.
That's number 1.
That's number 1.
Okay,
is that golf time?
I don't know if you've ever done this segment before. We start at 3 and we go to 1.
Oh, okay, awesome. Mine are just 3. Mine are just 3 random ones. It's not whatever. I'm not ranking at the moment. I'm just listing 3. You know what I mean? In no particular order.
Okay.
But golf time. I just wanted to say it because we discussed this one already, so we already know. You know, it's that you tell me that golf takes, let's say 4 hours, but it's 4 hours tee time, not 4 hours to get there, 4 hours to play, go have a drink at the bar at the end, and then come back home. That's an 8-hour day. That's a full school day.
My favorite part about that is when that does happen, and then like you're drunk and just toast. You're exhausted when you get home. All you want to do is shower and get to bed.
Oh, and of course I'm like,
pay attention to me.
Fun 4 hours you just spent considering it's 9 p.m. And you left at 7 a.m.
Onward.
But we move on. That's boy math. 2 more examples. that 1 beer equals 6 beers. That's what I think. Whenever you say, I'm going to have a beer, it's always 6. It's always the pack. That's what I think. Boy math. Okay? That's what I think. You never just have one. What? Even if we go out, I'm just going to have a beer for the night. I'm just going to have a beer. I'm not going to drink tonight. That's my favorite one. The boy math. I'm not going to drink tonight. I'm having 0. But 0 times 1 still equals 0. So I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Huh. 1 equals 6. What? You
when you get margaritas with Katie, it's not the same thing?
Hey, this is boy math. Hi. And the last thing of boy math is, I'm just going to be a minute. I have to go to the bathroom. Oh, 1 minute. Okay, 1 minute turns into 45 minutes in the bathroom. I'm like, did you have fun in there? What happened? What went on in there? I feel like you took the magic school bus and went to a different dimension because you were gone for so long. I'm like, are you okay? What happened? Honestly, I'm not trying to be gross, but when I am in the bathroom or whatever, I'm like, I'm ready to go. I'm like, chop, like, I'm done. I don't need to sit in here in my sorrows. You know what I mean? I can't scroll anymore. My legs are asleep. I'm like, what's happening? Get up. You know what I mean? But unlike boys, all right, that's where the boy math is mathing.
Right.
For you
well,
guys.
we don't have to get into my stomach issues at this moment
Yes,
in time.
But
I think I'm a special case.
That's boy math. So 1 minute in the bathroom actually equals 45. 1 beer actually equals 6. 4 hours actually equals an entire day. That's what I think. Is there any other boy math that you would like to add just on the spot at the top of the noggin, or you can't even think of anything?
Yeah, if a guy is under 6 feet, he always adds 2 inches.
Oh, yeah. Oh, this is where boy math is mathing.
Right.
No, there is no 6 foot guy. I don't think
so either.
There is no man on this earth that is exactly 6 feet.
Nope.
You're 6'1" or you're 5'11" or 5'10". There is no 6 foot man. There is none.
Yep.
And that's where the boy math is mathing.
Right. I think that was a good one. I just came off the top of my head.
Unbelievable. There is no 6-footer.
Onward.
And we move on.
Move on to a sport where height is very important.
Yes. The taller the better.
Taller the better. NBA.
Perfect.
There are a couple big NBA trades, and one led into another one this past week.
Okay.
The Milwaukee Bucks traded their point guard, Drew Holiday.
Wait, is his name Drew with a J?
Drew, yes.
Interesting. Okay, so it's J-R-U-E, Drew.
Yes.
All right.
They traded him to the Portland Trail Blazers for NBA superstar Damian Lillard. I believe we spoke about Damian Lillard back at the beginning of the NBA offseason, where he made it clear that he wanted out of Portland and he wanted to go to Miami. He was trying to force his way to Miami. They couldn't come to a deal, so instead the team traded him to Milwaukee, which is kind of scary because he'll be playing with Giannis Antetokounmpo. So that'll be a very good team.
Are
there.
they good together, or
They're gonna be great. They're gonna be great.
will they play on the same?
At the same time?
Yeah.
Yes.
What does he play?
Who?
Drew with a J.
Well, Drew had played that position first with Milwaukee.
The point guard.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the Bucks traded Drew for Damian. So now Damian will be on Milwaukee.
Okay.
They exchanged the players.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
There was more pieces, but those are the two main pieces in that trade.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think they're different players. Damian Lillard is a very good scorer. Drew Holiday can score at times too, but he's more known for being a point distributor and a great defender and hustle guy.
Okay.
More like a Marcus Smart kind of guy.
Oh, I like it.
So what did the Celtics do? They contacted the Portland Trail Blazers because they still have yet to replace Marcus Smart, and they traded for Drew Holiday themselves.
Wait, so who did they trade for?
Robert Williams.
Wait, so so he went from Milwaukee to Portland, from Portland to Boston. Did he even move to Portland yet?
No. He probably didn't even get on a plane because they probably called him and were like, listen, we're going to work out on a trade to get you out of here as well.
Do you think he's happy to go to Boston?
Yeah, I think he is.
Boston over Portland?
Yes, because Boston will be more competitive right now.
Okay.
And I think that he'll have a good chance to. The Celtics are gonna be the betting favorites to win the championship now.
Oh, so
he's that good. Good.
Oh, so he's really good. That's awesome. So he got traded again.
He's an improvement.
Wait, for Rob Williams.
Rob Williams and
I don't like Rob Williams, right? I like the tall Rob Williams, a third.
No. You don't like Grant Williams, who also left. He plays in Dallas now. But Rob Williams, the tall one with the dreads.
No.
Right.
Why?
Because now they have Kristaps Porzingis, the
Who does?
Celtics. We covered that a couple months ago.
We did?
Yeah, they traded for Kristaps Porzingis, so now he's going to be their center, which they're big guy.
Wow, that's crazy. Hey,
Big
big
guy.
guy.
Yeah.
Wow, that's wild.
Porzingis was part of the Marcus Smart trade.
Nothing is adding up to me right now. That's wild. I obviously you're telling me I knew it. Maybe I did. But this is I'm sad. I really liked Rob Williams.
I like Rob Williams too.
Well, best of luck to him.
And Malcolm
to
Brogdon.
Portland.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll like it there. I think he's a Boston guy.
I think he's a Boston guy too.
Sad for him for that.
Me too.
But
me too.
We move on.
But on to bigger and better things.
On to bigger and better.
All right. Another reason as to why I was frustrated this weekend is the Ryder Cup. Europe absolutely crushed the United States in the Ryder Cup. It was not close by any means. They won like the first 8 matches and never looked back. The USA made nothing but excuses the entire time after the first day, not even winning an entire match. I think they were down 9-1. The USA captain, Zach Johnson, who's really like the coach.
Okay.
He said that regardless of the scoreboard, he was still proud of the USA. Go! Pound sand!
Yeah, pound sand?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that what you say in golf?
I don't know. It's just what I'm saying now. I don't know what I'm saying anymore because I'm just upset supporting these losers.
Yeah, well, I mean, you always like all the Europeans anyway that play in golf. You never support like any of the Americans.
I like the Americans. I like Brooks Koepka.
Okay.
I like Scotty Scheffler. I like Xander Schauffele. I like Jordan Spieth.
Yeah, but you're more of a John Rahm guy.
I like John Rahm.
You're more of a John Rahm. Victor Hovland. Speaking of Victor Hovland, did you see those hysterical photos that he was taking?
Yeah.
With like, who are all those girls?
I don't know.
Oh, there's like all these blonde girls like surrounding him, and then there he is in the middle, and like he's cheesing. But then there's like they're all kissing these other guys.
I think it was all the players' wives.
They're all blonde. I mean, should I look into golf or what's up?
You're looking right here. Because you already complained enough about golf and your double D's threes, okay? So you can't be with a professional one. Because then you'll be very upset, okay? I work right over here in this corner, and I still get yelled at, okay? So never mind if these guys are traveling around the world, going from place to place. You would never survive.
All right. Relax, buddy. All right. All right. Bring me back down to earth a little bit.
No.
What? I'm speechless. I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say back to that because you know what? You're right. You're right. And that's it.
Just gotta tip your cap sometime.
Tip your cap. I'll tip my cap to you.
One interesting thing that happened at the Ryder Cup was Rory McIlroy got into it with one of the United States caddies.
Okay, by saying what?
So Joey LaCava, who was
unbelievable name.
He's actually from a Long Island guy.
He has to be. I mean, with a name like that, Joey LaCava.
Mm-hmm. Joe LaCava, yeah. I don't think people call him Joey. I think I just added that in.
Okay, perfect. Joey LaCava, we go to the same Baba.
Do you know where his daughter went to college?
Endicott?
Endicott. He was,
okay, yeah, perfect.
And the only reason why I know that is because he was Tiger Woods' caddy for a long time. And at the Masters, you know how they wear the caddy bibs?
Yeah.
One time when he was caddying at the Masters, he had his zipper down the entire time because it was hot. And he had an Endicott t-shirt underneath.
Were you bugging?
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
Cool. But now since Tiger Woods isn't really competing, he caddies for Patrick Cantlay, who's an absolute loser. I never want to see this guy again put anything with the United States on because.
Okay.
I'll talk about him after. I'll get to this Joey LaCava story first. So Joey Cantlay just finished. He made birdie on 18.
Who?
Patrick Cantlay.
Okay, he's an American.
He's an American.
Okay.
Joe LaCava is his caddy.
Okay.
So, if
he just finished the round.
He just finished the round, and I believe everything was tied.
Okay.
So, and he just made birdie.
Okay.
Rory McIlroy has a putt for birdie. If he makes it, the teams tie the entire match.
Okay.
Joey LaCava is out there waving his hat like this to the crowd to get the American crowd going in the middle of the green, nonstop. Meanwhile, Rory McIlroy and his caddy are still trying to line up their putt. And, like, Joe LaCava is trying to be distracted and get into the crowd, like, in the middle of the green. Like, he's in Rory McIlroy's way. So Rory basically, like, says something to him, and Joe Cava, they go back and forth. And then it spilled over into the parking lot after, as Rory McIlroy was trying to go after him and the other caddies, like, basically still complaining about this whole sequence of events.
Kind of fucked up, but, like, isn't that also why you can't, like, shout during golf? Because you have to be, like, dialed in.
I told you going into last week, the Ryder Cup's different in that sense, where it's a lot more emotional, the fans are a lot more involved, and things like this do happen.
So is that allowed? Like, is he allowed to do that?
No, I mean, yes. I mean, he didn't break any rules.
Oh, so then he's allowed to do it.
He's allowed to do it, but, like, at a golf etiquette, that's not really good golf etiquette. But
so did they win?
Rory McIlroy made the putt and they tied.
Okay,
so it was all for naught. But I kind of liked it at the time. I think I liked it at the time because someone in the United States had to show some sort of emotion. Like, the players were lethargic.
Right.
They didn't really care. His golfer, Patrick Cantlay, he never really wears a hat in these competitions, but it came out that he wasn't wearing a hat this weekend out of a protest because the players don't get paid for competing in the Ryder Cup.
So he didn't wear a hat?
Yeah, he's an idiot. I don't like this guy. He's a freaking nerd. He's a loser. I hate him. Okay?
Okay, I mean, tell me your real thoughts.
But, yeah, there's not much else to be. Europe smoked them, and the United States sucked, and there was a bunch of excuses coming out, and they need to stop. They need to get off the excuse train and look in the mirror.
Okay, awesome. Wow, just like you're doing this week too. You're off your excuse train and you're looking in the mirror for the Patriots.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay, awesome.
And I think Bill should do the same.
I think so too.
Yes. And our last story, before we get into the rest of our last two segments, is a sad story. Tim Wakefield, the legendary knuckleball pitcher for the Red Sox, passed away this past weekend after suffering from brain cancer. He was 57. Extremely sad news. He was really big, not only during his time playing with the Red Sox, but since he stayed in the city after his career was over and was a big presence in the community. So Boston feels that a lot. So thoughts and prayers to his family. I don't really want to go back and forth on this other detail. I just want to state it and just kind of move on. Earlier last week, Curt Schilling, who was also a pitcher for the Red Sox, both Schilling and Tim Wakefield were part of the first Red Sox team to break the curse of Babe Ruth, the great Bambino, in 2004 when the Red Sox won their first World Championship since 1918. So it took 86 years between championships. And so both were part of that team. So Curt Schilling was a former teammate, and he went on his podcast last week and announced that Tim Wakefield and his wife were both battling cancer, and went to specifics that Wakefield was battling brain cancer. And this was something that he didn't seek approval from the family first, or I guess he didn't seek approval from them. And I think from the way that everything unraveled here, it seemed as if the Wakefield family really just didn't want this in the public eye, because everyone really kind of went after Curt Schilling because he kind of announced it. And even when the Red Sox made their statement, they acknowledged the fact that the Wakefield family asked them not to release any details themselves, even after Curt Schilling did. So extremely sad all around. I obviously disagree with Curt Schilling taking this matter into his own hands and talking about it. I read multiple places. I know I said didn't really touch on it, but now I am. I read multiple places that he was offering up prayers, which is very nice, obviously, but you don't have to do that in a public setting, especially if the person that you're praying for asks not to have it public. I think it's whoever's in that position, it's up to them to decide how their situation wants to be, how they want to handle it. So it's a shame that the last days of his life, this was hanging over him. But seriously, I feel for them. I feel for his family. He has two kids, two young,
horrible.
Two boys in their 20s. One's 19, one's 20. So thoughts and prayers to them. and just a sad loss.
It's horrible. I'm sorry. I honestly had no idea who Tim Wakefield was before this, but I'm very sad. So sad for him and his first family. Sending thoughts and prayers.
He was known for throwing a knuckleball. Do you know what a knuckleball is?
No.
So he was someone that he didn't really have much athletic ability. He was drafted by the Pirates, and whatever happened, he was kind of on his way out of the league.
Okay.
And so he learned to throw a knuckleball, which is a pitch where it comes slower, but it moves around like this.
Okay.
So like instead of like throwing it and like releasing it, like you kind of grip the ball like this.
Okay.
And like have the ball in here where your knuckles. You grip it with your knuckles and push it, and the ball doesn't really spin. It doesn't spin. So instead, it reacts by moving around. And so that was his claim to fame. He was probably the best knuckleball pitcher ever.
That's kind of crazy. Wow.
And
I didn't even know that was a thing.
By learning that pitch, he revitalized his career and became like an all-time player.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Is he in the Hall of Fame?
I don't think he's good enough to be in the Hall of Fame, but
people know who he is.
people know who he is, and he was very impactful.
Wow. Wow.
Yes.
Bad, horrible loss.
Yes.
And for the Boston community.
Yes.
But Nathan, and on what is it?
Better terms.
Better terms, yes. Are you ready to get into our sick puppy and interesting cat segment of the week?
Yes, I am.
So let's get into it.
You're the one that sent me this one. You want to cover this one? Or you want me to get into it?
No, you can you know what, you can get into it. Yeah. I don't know. I'm like just trying to think about knuckleballing, and there's, you said your brain's mush, and now I don't even know what to say.
No, you're good. So our sick puppy of the week is David Njoku. David Njoku is the tight end for the Cleveland Browns. Apparently, this past week, he suffered burns on his face in an accident in his house. I saw that it was a fire pit that kind of the flames got too high. Either way, his face is basically raw because he suffered burns from this fire on his arms, but especially his face. So he was listed as questionable for the game on the injury report because they didn't even know if he would be able to put a helmet on.
Stop.
Because his skin is so raw.
Stop.
Yeah. So, anyways, he's a sick puppy because not only did he play, but he wore a scary freaking mask.
He wore like a what's that guy? What the hell's that guy's name?
I don't know. Some horror movie.
Yeah, like a horror movie mask to the game with a fur coat, open, no shirt. Like, I'm like, this man looks like a murderer.
Yeah.
Like spooky vibes.
Because he's right up there with Myles Garrett as the most freakish bodies you'll ever see.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, Myles Garrett's so scary, but this man's what is that guy's name?
I don't know.
The guy, Frankie? Is that his name?
I'm not sure.
No, the guy from the horror movie.
I know, but I wrote a bunch of notes here. I don't know if I wrote down the horror movie.
You know who I'm talking about? You know who I'm talking about, right? Frank? Is that his name?
It just
Jerry?
Says,
what the hell's his name?
It says an alien-inspired mask.
Alien?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it looks like that one with the... What the hell? Mike Myers?
It wasn't Mike Myers.
You know what I'm talking about?
It's similar. It was
looks like it.
It was Mike Myers-esque.
Looks like that. Scary.
But so... He's a sick puppy because not only did it burn his face, he actually played in the game. They found a way. He wore a ski mask over his face so that he can get his helmet on and off. So no one was able to see his face at all.
Oh my god!
But that's a sick puppy move.
Yeah, I mean, would you do that? These guys are insane. These athletes, like for real, like they are just. I wouldn't be able. I'd be sitting on the couch crying, and tears probably would even hurt running down your face because your skin's so raw.
Yeah.
Gross. This is giving me the heebie-jeebies almost as much as the ketchup and the bread.
Can you imagine when he got hit and his helmet, the side of his helmet would hit his face?
No, I couldn't. Nope.
That pain must have been
unbelievable.
Crazy.
Yeah. So I hope he recovers quick, and I hope that he was taking like a lot of Advil or whatever you take for that. Probably a lot of, I don't even know.
Me neither. Sick.
Okay. Sick puppy.
Interesting cat of the week is Mr. Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler straightened out his hair, painted his nails, and he was emo themed for the Miami Heat Media Day.
Why?
It's just his thing.
Oh, he said this is his new era, like the nails and the hair. Maybe he was giving like a Tom Sandoval, painted nails and straightened hair.
Maybe. Look, the police are out to get him.
Yeah, police are out to get him because that look was criminal.
It was
for
criminal.
real. It looked crazy.
And I saw.
He had a side bang.
Yeah.
He knows side bangs have been out since 2017.
Right.
2006, probably.
Right.
2006.
And then I saw a clip of him like when they were doing pictures. He was with Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo, and he was like in character.
Of what? Like what was he
emo
doing?
character.
Why?
Because it's just like a shtick, I think.
A
Like,
shtick for who? No one gets it.
Yeah.
How can he have a shtick if no one gets it?
Last year he pretended to have dreads.
Oh, okay.
So this last year was like Rastaman, and this year was emo.
All right. Well, maybe he's bringing maybe some.
Either way, he looked freaky.
I learned very recently that emo stood for emotional,
You didn't know that?
and I didn't know that. No, I was like, I thought emo was just like, oh, they're goth, they're emo, and then someone was like, yeah, emotional, and I'm like, whoa. It was one of those things. I was like, I've known it for. I didn't know it for so long that I couldn't say it in a public setting. That later on, when I was like thinking to myself, I was like, I can't believe I didn't know that. But it was also one of those things like, wow, everything makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Everything makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you, Nathan, for bringing such great sick puppy and interesting cats always to the pound here at the Double Dose podcast. But other than that, are you ready to get into our picks of the week?
Let's get it.
We are tied with
Still tied.
7 wins, 5 losses on the season.
Yes.
So I'm ready to get into this and beat your booty for this week. Maybe
Right.
come up on top for next week's picks.
Maybe. Yeah.
My picks this week.
Oh.
What?
I was going to give a little recap of last week of our picks just to remind the people.
My picks last week were the Cowboys, 49ers, but I lost with the Chiefs.
Yes. And I won my Minnesota game, my Chargers game, and obviously we talked about it enough. The whole reason why I'm wearing the shirt, the Patriots. So we both went 2-1. As you said, we're tied for the season, 7-5. What are your picks this week? Who are you taking? What do you like? What do you love?
The Giants at the Dolphins. I'm taking the Dolphins minus 9.5. The Panthers versus the Lions. I'm taking the Lions minus 9. And then the Chiefs versus the Vikings. I'm taking. Oh wait, I did the Vikings minus 5.5.
Really?
Because I think that Travis and
You think the Chiefs are distracted?
I think they're distracted. I was like, who the hell? What? I couldn't even think of their names. I think that they're distracted. I'm very interested why I picked the Vikings, but I mean, you never know.
Yeah, that's what spoke to you.
They're favorited.
No, they're not.
It says minus 5.5.
Yeah, that's a mistake. I think you just copied that. I think you copied that. I think you meant to copy the 5.5 here and hearted it.
Oh, okay. So I just.
So do you want to stick with it?
I think I'm gonna stick.
Maybe
with
make sure. Are they definitely playing each other?
I think I'm gonna stick with the Vikings because I like the. Wait, no, I don't. That's quirky, right?
Yeah, Kirk Cousins.
Wait, then do I move it to the Chiefs? What are you doing?
It's your picks, baby.
What do you think?
Though that's not in my thing. I can't help you. We're competing.
Chiefs versus Vikings. Wait, I honestly, like, I think this is one of those things, like, I feel like they're distracted still, though, the Chiefs. Maybe that's why I was intentionally thinking that. Like,
Yeah,
maybe that the Vikings are still going to be good. Fuck it, I'll stick with it. Dolphins, Lions, Vikings.
Vikings plus 5.5.
Yeah, I think it says minus, so I'm just
No, I just
saying.
checked. I just checked it right now.
Oh, okay. Okay, so there you go.
I'm locked in. It's on my sheet. You're locked in.
Wait, I picked the Chiefs.
You picked the Chiefs?
Yeah,
Oh,
I picked
shoot.
the Chiefs. I picked the Chiefs because I don't think the Vikings are
The
that
old
good.
switcheroo.
I don't know why. I honestly, like, I'm like, I think that they're distracted, but I think that they were distracted. I think what I was thinking in my head was that they were distracted this week, but next week they're going to come back and be better because I think Patrick Mahomes is a little bit upset with himself because of how bad he played last
Yeah,
week.
got outperformed by Zach Wilson.
Right. So I think he's going to be like, damn, I got outperformed by Zach Wilson. Travis is distracted. Like, everyone's not doing what they need to do. Get it together. They're going to win against the Vikings next week.
Perfect. Good analysis.
Thank you. Your turn.
I
Do you like my switch?
Hey, we're competing.
Okay, whatever.
I respect the switch.
Thank you.
I have the Baltimore Ravens minus 4.5 against at their rival Pittsburgh Steelers. I think the Ravens are catching fire right now. I think Lamar Jackson's getting hot, and I think the Steelers stink. Okay, moving on. Pick number 2, Houston +1 at Atlanta. Houston, I think they have a good freaking team. They have the rookie quarterback, Stroud. I think He's the front runner right now for Rookie of the Year. He's balling out.
Okay.
And Atlanta, they're okay. They're all right. They're just trying to find their way, but
I never the teams like the Atlanta, the Texans, the Cardinals, the
Saints.
The Saints.
Anyone down south? You're saying?
Anyone like that? I don't know how well the Jaguars. The
Jaguars are playing.
I know the Lions are good this year. That's literally it. But like all the other teams, like don't know.
All right.
Don't know.
How the Cowboys doing?
Unbelievable.
Yeah. No shit. And then my last pick is the Cincinnati Bengals, -3 at Arizona. Everyone's kind of getting on them for losing this past week.
Okay.
Joe Burrow has not played well. He's still being impacted by that calf injury, I believe. I don't know if he's going to play this week or not, but either way, I think they're a far superior team than the Arizona Cardinals. I don't think the Cardinals are that great. And so I think that no matter if he's playing or not, that they're going to take care of business against the Cardinals. So you have Miami, Detroit, and Kansas City. I have Baltimore, Houston, and Cincinnati.
All right. Well, best of luck to both of our teams. And thank you, Nathan, for being honestly such a good sport and wearing the Dallas Cowboys shirt for the entirety of this episode. I did not think that you were going to make it through, but you when you make a bet, you mean what you say and say what you mean. You
thought I was going to take it off and have everyone just watch me shirtless here?
Yeah, that was going to be like an only.
That's why I shaved my chest?
Yeah, you shaved your chest just for this. So, but thank you, Nathan, so much for obviously always explaining everything to me, for being the best podcast co-host with me, and being my favorite person. It's my favorite hour and change right now of the week. I love you. Thank you.
I love you. Thank you.
Cheers again with our water bottles. It's so bad to cheers with water, but I mean,
it's glass of water. It's tap water that you can't cheers with.
Oh, really?
Actually, no, last time we cheers water, we got in an epic fight, so we're not going to cheers.
Oh,
cheers.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Okay. Cheers. Cheers.
Love you.
Thank you so much for listening to another episode of your favorite sports drama podcast, The Double Dose, the drama of sports. Don't forget to rate and subscribe to our podcast wherever you watch and listen, and give us a follow on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at Double Dose Pod. Thank you.